We know right now that beef prices are up, and a lot of us are stretching our protein budget with more chicken, eggs, and fish instead of red meat. At least I know I am. But here's something you may not realize. When you eat less beef, you may also be getting less creatine. And that's one of the key nutrients your muscle, brain, and mitochondria use for energy. Now, creatine, let's be clear, it's not just for athletes. Your body uses it every day to recycle your ATP. That's your cell's energy currency. It's made in your liver and your kidneys, but most of your supply actually comes from meat, especially red meat. Low levels can show up as fatigue, brain fog, or feeling kind of flat, even if you're eating enough protein. And if you're eating less beef right now, supplementing with 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate can help top off your body's stores. It's actually one of the most studied nutrients in human metabolism, and when it's used properly, it's remarkably safe, according to the research that I'm doing. I haven't used it yet. And yes, creatine can make your muscles look a little more pumped. And if you're like me, I'm almost at 100 pounds lost. I'm very lucky. I don't have a lot of extra loose skin, but I do have some. And having that little bit more pump in my muscles, I think will help take up some extra slack and make everything look a lot better. So that's another thing I'm interested in. I'd rather do that than have any kind of surgery. So that's not bloat though, it's hydration inside the muscle cell. And creatine pulls water into the muscle fibers where energy is stored, giving them a firmer, fuller look. It's like cellular moisturizing. You might see a small bump on the scale, but what you're really gaining is healthy muscle volume and definition. Now, some people experience mild bloating from what I read or stomach upset if they take too much at once. You can prevent that by taking it with food and staying hydrated, especially if you're on keto or carnivore. If you have kidney disease, I want you to hear this, and very low GFR, or you're severely dehydrated, skip it unless your clinician clears you. And if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or working with kids, hold off until we have more research. Now, here's the fascinating part to me. The experts seem to agree. These are the people I like to follow and get information from. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon calls creatine underrated for muscle and brain health, especially for women over 40. And she is a practicing geriatric physician, so I really value her opinion. And then there's Dr. Peter Attia. He highlights its role in cognitive resilience and energy recycling. And then, of course, the last one I like to follow is Andrew Huberman. He indicates that he takes 5 grams daily for both focus and performance. They all converge on one point. 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate per day seems to be the sweet spot for most people. So here's the takeaway. If you're eating less beef, adding a small daily dose of creatine might give you the energy edge you've been missing. Just make sure you're hydrating, dosing wisely, and staying grounded in real food first. That's always most important. I'm considering doing a 30-day creatine trial myself to see what changes I notice in energy, focus, and recovery. Would you want to see that experiment? Let me know in the comments. Your feedback will decide whether I make it into a full long form video or not. Because education isn't about hype, it's about action with awareness. This is Dr. Rose, the Primal Professor. I'll see you tomorrow in the next Daily Spoonful.